Hello everyone, I'm back again, and today I'm going to give my thoughts on the Dragon Knight's skills and passives. So first off, we're going to start with the Ardent Flame tree. First ability we're going to talk about is the ultimate for the Ardent Flame, which is the Dragon Knight standard. Now this is a very good ability. This is mostly seen in PvE. This can be used in PvP, especially with the shifting standard morph, but it's not really that great. The major defile on it's useful, but people can still get out of it pretty easily, and it's not really that scary. I've fought Dragon Knights inside of the standard before. It's not really that scary in PvP. But in PvE, it's very powerful. If you go with the standard of might version, because it's going to give you increased damage and it's going to reduce the damage that you take while you're standing inside the radius. It's very powerful. Dragon Knights are very good at Magicka Dragon Knights are very good DPSers in PvE. This ability also helps them. Tank for tank Dragon Knights. It's a very good ability. So definitely go standard of might. This is mostly a PvE ability. Next we got Fiery Grip. This is the chains. Now this ability is one that I really love, but it's not that great of an ability, unfortunately. I still use it every now and then. It's just funny pulling people in. But the problem is that it gives people CC immunity, and that kind of sucks. But it can be used as a Magicka gap closer, but you would probably just rather use Invasion with the one-handed shield or something like that. But if you do want to go Fiery Grip with the chains, just do extended chains. There's no reason really to get empowering chains. Next we got Searing Strike. Now this is mostly a ability used by stamina Dragon Knights, and you'll see this quite often because Unstable Flame is a very good dot. It's probably the best dot in the game. If not, it's one of the best. It does a lot. The Magicka morph for it is not super great. It's going to heal you for 30% of the damage inflicted when the effect ends, and that usually does not play that big of a factor into things. That heal is usually not really going to do that much for you. Next we got Fiery Breath. As you can see right now in my Magicka DK, I've been testing out Engulfing Flames. I'm still not sure how much I like it. It's going to give you 8% additional damage with the flame attacks. I might get rid of it soon, but I don't know. I'm still testing it out. But Burning Breath, the stamina morph of this ability, is actually pretty good. Especially if you're not running one-handed shield. This is going to reduce the enemy's armor and also put a dot on them. So it's a very good ability if you're going stamina. I think it's still pretty good Magicka DK, but I think it's kind of hard to fit this in to your build. But I still think it's decent. Probably pretty good in PvE, more so than PvP. But no, still messing around with it. Next, we got the staple of Magicka DK builds, and that's Lava Whip. Definitely, once you get the morph for this, you want Flame Lash. Molten Whip is not that great. Hopefully one day they'll maybe change that to a stamina version, because a stamina whip would be awesome for stamina DKs, as long as it doesn't make them too overpowered, because right now stamina DKs are very, very good, even without it. But yes, if you're a Magicka DK and you're planning on using a Sword and Shield, you'll definitely want Flame Lash. And then we got Inferno. This ability, I'm just going to tell you, I do not like this ability very much. I think it kind of sucks. I don't really think there's much reason to use this ability when you could just use Mage Light instead, because you'll definitely have Mage Light way before you get Inferno. I know some people like it for the dot on it, but honestly, you just get better dots anyway. I mean, if you want a dot as a Magicka DK, then just get Engulfing Flames, and even if you get the morph that's weapon critical, I mean, that's still not that good, because you could just go Unstable Flame. Now, the one interesting thing about Inferno, though, is that one of the morphs do give you weapon crit, but I don't know. I guess maybe in PvE that could be useful, but I don't know. I've mostly played PvP, so I know more of the PvP side than PvE side. So if anyone knows about how good Flame of Oblivion is, the morph that adds weapon critical is in PvE, please let me know, because I'm kind of interested in that now. So next, we got Kindling. So it increases the damage of flame abilities' burning effects by 66% at max level. So basically, all the flame dots are just gonna, do more damage, and that's good. Good. DKs have very good dots, and it's just gonna make them better. Next, we got Warmth. Your Ardent Flame abilities are gonna reduce the enemy's movement speed. This is also pretty good. The only issue is 30% isn't crazy, but still pretty good. It's almost that 40% like Nightblades get with Cripple and stuff. We got Searing Heat next. Increase the duration of your two dot abilities and Dragonite Standard, which is definitely very good. And then we got Rolled in Flame. It increases the damage of flame-based area of effect abilities. So stuff like Dragonite Standard, Fiery Breath. I'm pretty sure Fiery Breath is affected by this. Stuff like that. Not too bad. So next we're going to take a look at Draconic Power. That's probably my favorite tree. All this. And first we're going to start off with probably my favorite ultimate in the game, at least class ultimate wise. And that is Dragon Leap. Now Dragon Leap's a fun ability. You get wings, you jump, you fly, you land on people, they go flying up in the air. They probably die. It's a great time. This is kind of Dragonite's execute, because they don't have an actual execute ability in their any of their skill lines. So this is their best execute ability. The two morphs for it are actually both very good. And also, before I go to that, I think this is the only physical ultimate in the game. I think all the other ultimates are Magicka based. All magical, I mean. They're still scaled to your stamina, but they deal magic damage. I think this is the only one that does physical damage. So the first morph we'll talk about is Ferocious Leap, because this is what I have right here. Testing it out, I'm probably going to switch to the other morph, but this one does give you a huge damage shield. And that is very good. The other morph for this is Take Flight. This is going to increase your jump range, reduces the cost of it, and it deals more damage. Take Flight is very good, especially on stamina builds. Magicka builds, I think you can go either way. But definitely want Take Flight on stamina builds. It's very, very good. Next we got Spiked Armor. This ability I'm probably going to start using again soon. But this is a very good ability. It's going to give you Major Resolve and Major Ward. It's just going to make you tankier. It's also going to do. It's also going to return damage to any melee attackers. It's not a lot, but it's something. Now the two morphs for it are Hardened Armor and Volatile Armor. Unless you're just straight up tank and PvE, I don't really PvP all that much. Don't go Hardened Armor. Hardened Armor is only for the PvE tanks for the most part. Volatile Armor is actually very good for PvP for one huge reason. It's very good for taking Nightblades out of stealth. Because once you activate, you're going to do an AoE around you, and any Nightblades in it are going to come out of stealth. So they're going to keep trying to cloak. You can just keep spamming it. They're not going to be able to stay invis. Especially if it's a stamina Nightblade who can't invis all that much. They're going to be pretty screwed. And once again, it's going to give you Major Resolve, Major Ward, and it's also going to put a dot on them once you activate Volatile Armor. That's very good. Next we got Choking Talons. Well, this is one of the morphs for the next ability, which is Dark Talons. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Choking Talons. I like Choking Talons a lot. I like it better than Burning Talons. Burning Talons will add a dot. But Choking Talons is going to put minor maim on them, so they're going to have their damage reduced by 15%, which is really, really good. You can also, your allies can also activate a synergy with it, which is also nice. But if you're running in a group in PvP or PvE, and one person already has Choking Talons, then you probably want to use Burning Talons instead, because the minor maim will not stack. So you only need one of them on your team. Next, we got Dragon Blood. Now this used to be an amazing ability, and once they reduce the effectiveness of healing in PvP. This ability is not that great anymore. I've been testing it out. I've been testing out coagulating blood in PvP. It's been decent so far. It's definitely nowhere near the powerhouse it used to be, especially before this patch came out. So that's very unfortunate. Basically means that Magicka DKs have to go restoration staff, which really sucks because I've been trying to get this one-hand shield and destro staff build to work. It's been going pretty well, but sometimes I just wish I had a better heal than coagulated blood. The other morph for it is also green dragon blood. It's not bad. It gives you the extra stamina regeneration, which is nice, but I definitely think if you want to go dragon blood, coagulating blood is better because it's going to give you the health recovery, but it's going to give you extra healing received, which is kind of nice. But this is definitely not a very great heal ability in PvP anymore. So next we got reflective scales, probably the best reflect in the game. It's a very good ability, and both of the morphs on it are very good too. You either take a reflective plate, which is going to give you extra spell resistance, or you can take dragonfire scale, which is going to increase the damage of the reflected attacks by 20%. So they're going to take 20% extra damage when you reflect the ability back. And I personally love dragonfire scale, though I don't think if you go either one with I don't think you go with either one of these morphs is wrong. But if you're playing a Dragon Knight, you definitely want fires. You definitely want reflective scales. And then we have Inhale. Now, Inhale is a very good Magicka DK ability. The two morphs for it are Deep Breath, which adds an interrupt and final explosion, deals more damage, and then Draw Essence will restore Magicka for each enemy hit. Both of these morphs are both very good. If you are lacking on some sustain and you want the extra Magicka back, Draw Essence is definitely the way to go. But if you're completely fine on your resource management, you don't have any problem sustaining in fights, they definitely go Deep Breath. It's going to give you more damage, and the interrupt is actually pretty nice too. Alright, so we're going to look at the passives now. First one is Iron Skin. Basically, you just block more damage. So, it's very self-explanatory ability. It's not much to say about that. Next, we got Burning Heart. This is going to increase your healing received while you have a Draconic ability or Draconic Power ability active. So this is also nice. It's also pretty good with Coagulating Blood. You get a pretty good bit of extra healing received. So that's nice. Elder Dragon is going to increase your recovery by, I think it's 4% for each Draconic Power ability slotted. Once you get it, 2 of 2. Only got 1 of 2 right now. Also, not bad. This is very good if you're going for a high health recovery build, which is definitely viable. You definitely go that route, and it's actually pretty good. Other than that, I mean, for me, I'm a vampire in my Magicka DK right now, so it's not doing a whole lot because my health recovery is just terrible anyway, but still a decent ability. Passive. Then we got Scaled Armor. This is actually pretty good. It's going to increase your spell resistance. Nothing wrong with that. I like this passive. And then we have Earthen Heart. So the ultimate for Earthen Heart is Magma Armor. There's 2 morphs for it, of course. I don't know if I said there's 2 morphs for it. Of course there's 2 morphs for it. The 2 morphs for it are Magma Shell, which is definitely the ability you only want to take if you're just tanking in PvE. That's all you're doing. You're not worried about PvP. Because this is not going to be super great in PvP. It's definitely fine, but the other morph is much better in PvP. It's also good if you're just a DPS in PvE too, because Corrosive Armor is going to allow you to ignore the enemy's armor. I can't remember if it's just physical or if it's both. It might just be physical. But either way, I know it's pretty good for stam DKs, for bows or one-handed shield. This is definitely a very good ultimate to use. So, try it out. Then we got Stone Fist. Now Stonefist is it's decent. It's gonna have a knockdown on it. Does okay damage. It's not a bad CC ability. The two more for are Obsidian Shard. It does reduce damage, but it does heal a nearby ally. The other one is Stone Giant. You gain armor after casting it, and it costs less. I kind of prefer Stone Giant, although Obsidian Shard's not too bad either for the heal. The damage on it's not that great, so the reduced damage on Obsidian Shard's not that big of a deal. But if you really want to use Stonefist, I think either Morph is fine. But we'll talk about a much better CC ability in this tree here in a couple minutes. So next we got Molten Weapons. Now, Molten Weapons is a very interesting skill that I kind of want to use in a build sometime. But basically your fully charged heavy attacks will deal 40% extra damage, which is very nice. The two more for it are one is Igneous Weapons, which will add duration for each heavy attack. And then the other one, which I prefer, is Molten Armaments, which will deal bonus damage against low health targets. Now, both of these are fine. I actually kind of want to try Igneous Weapons. I've only really messed with Molten Armaments. This is very good if you're planning on going with a bow build or you want to do a Destruction Staff build, because it could hit very, very hard with this. You put a lot of champion points in for your bow or staff. It's pretty good. It can be pretty good. I've seen people hit for crazy amounts of damage with just one heavy attack with this up. Next we got Obsidian Shield, which no one ever calls it that, because nobody cares about the Fragmented Shield morph for this ability, because it's all about Igneous Shield. Now, Igneous Shield is definitely the morph you want to go with if you're Magicka, Stamina, Tank, DPS, Healer, definitely Healer. No matter what role, no matter what, if you play PvP, PvE, you're going to want Igneous Shield if you're a DK. Igneous Shield is a great ability. It's going to give you a damage shield, which is cool in PvP because if you have a damage shield up, you can't be critted, so screw you Nightblades. The one bad thing is the shield's not big on this ability. The shield's pretty small, but the biggest reason why you want to get this is because it gives you a shield, it gives your allies a shield, but it also gives you Major Mending, which is going to boost your healing effects by 30% for 7 seconds. So even if they take out your shield, you're still going to have Major Mending up for that 7 seconds. So any healing that you do for yourself or your allies is going to be increased by 30%, which is great. This is one thing that makes healing DKs pretty good. They're definitely not as good as, Templars or anything like that. But this is one of the abilities that make them work as a healer. And, well, I need to move on from Igneous Shield because I could just talk about this ability all day because this ability is just really good. So next we got Petrify. And when I was talking about Stonefist earlier and the better CC ability, well, this is it. Because, once again, just like Igneous Shield, nobody cares about Petrify. Nobody cares about Shattering Rocks, that morph. Because everyone just calls this by Fossilize. Because Fossilize is a very good CC. You're going to encase them in stone. And they're going to be able to take a certain amount of damage before they break out of it. Unless they just CC break out of it. But whether or not they CC break out of it, or if you do that damage before it breaks, they're going to be rooted after. So they're going to have to sit there and take the damage that you deal to them, or they're going to have to break out of it, and then they're going to have to roll, and they're going to have to use up a lot of stamina just to get out of Fossilize. Now, lately, Fossilize hasn't been used as much just because I think with Stam DKs now there's a lot of different things there's a lot of abilities you kind of have to use outside of the DK abilities for Stam DK. And even with Magicka DK is in such a bad spot right now that no one's really sure what to run on the Magicka DK. But I still think Fossilize is good. Definitely has its uses still. And, well, yeah, that's basically it. If you want to get this, which I highly suggest it because it's very good, get Fossilize, don't get Shining Rocks. It's not good. Then we have Ash Cloud. This ability is okay. It's not great. You got Cinder Storm, which is one of the more sword. The snare persists like after they leave the area, which is fine. It's not bad. Reduces their movement speed by 70%, so that's pretty good. So that's not too bad. And then the other more, it'll deal additional damage when you cast it. So this ability doesn't do any damage once you cast it, but it does a dot for anyone that's standing in it. So this will just allow it to deal damage as soon as you place it, and then they'll start taking the damage while they're standing inside of it. This is not a great ability. It's fine in PvE, I guess. PvP, it's not really worth it. Now we're going to talk about the passives real quick. We got Eternal Mountain. It's going to just increase the duration of your Earthen Arrow abilities, which is fine. It's pretty good with Igneous Shield. We got Battle Roar. Now this is the main passive for Dragonite. This is a very powerful passive. Definitely one of the best passives in the game. I think it's very good. But it's going to restore your health, magic, and stamina by a percentage of your ultimate cost. Once you get this to rank 2, it's going to be 70% of your ultimate's cost. It's going to give you a good bit of resources back. The one thing about DKs, they don't really have any passives that give them any regeneration besides health recovery. So this is a very good ability. This is the main source of sustain Battle Roar, along with Dragon Leap, because it's really cheap. So this is a very good ability. Then we got Mountain's Blessing. Whenever you activate Earthen Arrow ability, you gain some ultimate, which is nice. And you also give yourself and allies minor brutality, which is just going to increase their weapon damage, which is also nice for any stamina, any stamina people you got with you or for yourself. Then we got Helping Hands. This is also a very, very good passive for the DKs, because this is going to give you some extra sustain. Anytime you activate an Earthen Arrow ability, mainly Igneous Shield, you're going to gain stamina back. I believe the second rank of this is going to be 5% stamina back. So you could just really use Igneous Shield a lot, and you're going to get stamina back, which is always nice. Even if you're a magic build, you'll still need stamina to break out CC and dodge roll and stuff like that. So with that, that's my quick, well, probably not very quick, but that's my review of the DK skills and passives. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see another class, let's see me talk about the skills and passives of another class, just let me know which class you'd like to see. And just let me know if you like this type of video. I'm just trying out different things right now. If y'all really didn't care about this, then please just let me know, because then I won't keep doing it, because I want to do stuff that you guys actually want to watch. So with that, hope y'all enjoyed. Please let me know what y'all think, and if I missed anything or was incorrect about something, please just let me know down in the comment section, and I'll try to fix that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope y'all have a great day and have fun.